This is going to be your guide to earning lots of money in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now the first thing you want to do is go to Amity Park and then head on over to the top right corner where inside this building you will find an Amulet Coin. I already got mine, so let's go and see where we use it. So what we want to do is go to Celestic Town and then Route 210, which means we have to use Defog, so a little bit of time, a little bit of animation, a little bit of frustration, but then we can go and follow this path until we run into two ace trainers. Also, if you hop on your bike, you can just kind of zoom around through here, and then that's where the Verse Seeker comes into play. So these two people right here are worth a lot of money. Use the Verse Seeker, you get the little notification, and then we can check out their team. The team is a Gyarados and a Raichu, so you can just kind of blast through these guys however you want to. However, I like EV training my Garchomp here, so I'm better set off for the Elite Four rematches and the Gym Challenge. So you can just kind of like handle this however you want. It's a double battle. Find a Pokemon that one-shots with a double hitting move, and then you're going to be good to go. There's tons of them. You can have like Surf next to a Storm Drain Pokemon or something with Water Absorb. You can also use Dazzling Gleam Alakazam. The Garchomp's kind of weird because Rock Slide does have low PP, and it's also fairly inaccurate on that 90%. So that's why I have a Wide Lens. And you can find Wide Lens in Veilstone City. So let's also see why we're here. That's why. That's a lot of money. And resetting it takes no time at all. So I just said a lot of things, and it's mostly because there's a bit to this also you don't want to go down. You just go all the way to the left, all the way to the right. You go back down the stairs, you do a little loop because there's not enough steps otherwise, and then already good to go. Since there's two trainers, it doesn't matter which one actually like pings for the Verse Seeker. If any one of them do, then you just go straight into the double battle and you get 26,000. So this does seem to be the best method. It beats out the old couple outside of the Trophy Garden, and then also the rich boy like outside of Sunyshore. Like, no, this is just too good because the odds of the Verse Seeker failing are lower since any one of them activating is fine, and even though it's a double battle, it takes slightly longer to end up with more money. Like, so it takes slightly longer, but the amount of money you get just outweighs how much longer it takes, and then you just mash A, and you're good to go. So, after you run out of Rock Slides, you can use Lepa Berries, or you can just go back to Celestic Town. It's not like the most efficient thing, and if you have PP ups, it could be worth using the PP ups on the Rock Slide, just so you stay longer if you plan on going to the Pokemon Center. If you plan on using Lepa Berries or Ether, it's not worth using PP up, because the Lepa Berries heal 10, and if you use PP up, you're not going to get any more out of it. But yeah, like, that's it. That's how quick it is to make crazy money in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But there are some optimizations that you can bring to the table. I just bring pickup Pokemon because you can find all kinds of good items. You get rare candies. Once you hit level 71 plus, there's a small chance of getting bottle caps. All of the... It's hard to cut, like all the rare evolutionary stones. Like, you can't find the Dawnstone, Shiny Stone, and Dusk Stone in the underground. The only way of getting more of them is through pickup, so just naturally accumulating them is going to be pretty good. And then since you get PP ups this way, you can also just like have some spares for the Garchomp or for competitive. It's not going to feel too bad. And then some of the items that you get, you can end up selling, so slight little bits of extra gold efficiency. But the biggest thing to note is that if you haven't maxed out your money yet in the game, it maxes out at 999. 999. It's not like Pokemon Sword and Shield. You can't hold any extra money. So what this means is that you actually cap out on money really quickly against these trainers, or surprisingly quickly. So make sure you're monitoring how much money you're gaining so you don't overcap and then waste a lot of time. I did this for like an hour, and then I realized like 20 minutes ago I had max amounts of money, because if you're in the groove and you're just kind of like tryharding it, you can face these trainers and beat them like once a minute. So 26,000 Pokédollars a minute. Not bad. There's also theory about using a Meowth or a Persian and then going for the Payday. Payday Meowth is a thing because it can have the pickup ability, but you have to get to such a high level, I don't think it's worth it. And like the amount of time it takes to train the Meowth to then use Payday with, and then like have slightly less efficient battles because you're using two Paydays instead of one Rock Slide or Dazzling Gleam or some kind of like other move. Like this Alakazam is fine. So effectively you catch a Kadabra in the underground, give it Dazzling Gleam, trade it, trade back, boom, like you're ready to make crazy amounts of money. There's probably some kind of break point where even the Kadabra is fine for battling both of those trainers, and it might even be just catching in the underground, teaching at Dazzling Gleam. So the Persian, not really worth it. And then if you go like against the rich boy or the old couple, like the payday doesn't offset how much more money you are getting from these ace trainers. So even though it's like, oh man, it's money guide, where's payday? Unless you're doing like random wild, like maybe the payday optimization is a level 100 Meowth for EV training with pickup, so you get slightly more items and slightly more money. But at the end of the day, again, these trainers are just so good, I don't think you can really make up for it. So after that, where are we going to spend our money? Like, what do we do with all this money? Because a lot of the good TMs are going to be battle points or underground trading, and yeah, that's kind of it. Also, if you want to get the wide lens to use like Rock Slide or something, like it doesn't even have to be a Garchomp, it could be any Pokemon. These people down here are how you get it. You talk to her, you talk to him, you talk to the Skunky, you talk to her, and then you get all of the lenses. Also, I think this is how you get these zoom lens. Or not zoom lens, these scope lens, but whatever. Like I just got the wide lens. I was like, okay, good. Garchomp has 99% accuracy now. We're gonna be good to go. After that, Veilstone Department Store is pretty much where you're going to be spending your money. It's also where things get kind of weird, because the idea is you make money, you buy the vitamins. The vitamin feature from Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you can use like more than 10 vitamins on a Pokemon per stat, is still in play. So we can just buy 26 protein, 26 carbos, 1 HP up. Yeah, maybe not. That doesn't seem like it's worth it, because money isn't as good in Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl as it is in Pokemon Sword and Shield. But we can buy it, we can use it on our Pokemon, instant EV training, and the sad thing is you can't do 2 EV training per max money run, because it's 102, but as we talked about, it's 26, 26, 1. Unless you just do 26, 26, but even then it's going to be 104. So like the 999 cap is just ever so slightly frustrating, because yeah, you can't double EV train a Pokemon, like you can't do 2 EV training in one run, but it also takes like 40 minutes to cap, maybe a little less. So I don't consider EV training through the money making method to be very efficient. Like, it's just better if you go to the battle tower, you get the power items, and then you just like equip 5 power items on your team with 1 farming Pokemon, and then your bulk EV training. It's going to be faster that way. Even though it just doesn't feel as good like in Pokemon Sword and Shield or other games, bulk EV training, that's going to be it. Wild Pokemon, no hordes, no extra shenanigans. It's old school EV training, so it's not as fast as it was back in the day, but it's still like, that's pretty much how you do it. If you just end up with excess wealth and you want to like quickly EV train 1 Pokemon to add into your already built team, this might be better, like, because the gameplay loop is a bit more satisfying than just, like, running out and farming wild Pokemon. So that's something to take in consideration. EV Guide coming soon. Same thing for Battle Tower Guide. Don't you worry. But then there's actually, like, some really good TMs you can buy with money. So we go over here and we can see Rest, Protect, Safeguard, Reflect, Light Screen, Sub. So a lot of these supportive TMs are in the game. But head on over to this counter. We got the goods. Thunder, Blizzard, Fire Blast, Focus Blast, Flamethrower! Thunderbolt, Ice Beam is so good. You can just buy them with money now. So that is a really nice quality of life change. You also find Psychic here, Dazzling Gleam. So yeah, you just buy this for 3k, slap it on a Kadabra, GG easy trainers right there. And yeah, depending on the Pokemon, just make sure you have the Amulet Coin equipped somewhere. Having a pickup Pokemon with the Amulet Coin isn't efficient, but that's what, like, because we have the wide lens on the Garchomp because we need it. Because the thing about the Garchomp is if I do 40 battles against those trainers, that's 80 attack EVs, that's going to be 120 speed EVs. So it doesn't have to be Garchomp. Any Pokemon you want attack and speed EVs in, it actually saves money. So I just saved 200k on this Garchomp, or a fair bit of time while doing some wild Pokemon training. But we are not done spending all of our money just yet, because you want to buy statues. Wait. What, buying statues? What are statues going to do? Well, if you find traders in the underground, you can actually sell the statues for spheres, and then you can use those spheres to buy TMs. So this is effectively like a different kind of way of converting money or something, and you can get a lot of spheres for the pedestals. I don't have the exact pedestal conversion. Once again, game's still new, still trying to find like everything about it, so Trader Guide coming soon to a Verlisify playlist near you, where we can just kind of like break down everything about it. But yeah, if you spend your money on pedestals and then you trade them for spheres, you're gonna have a good time. And then the only other thing that the money is really good for are supplies, but you're going to need a lot of quick balls, dusk balls, timer balls, repeat balls, even great balls, depending on what you're doing. So that's something to keep in mind. Timer balls for catching legendary Pokemon through Romanos Park. Quick balls, you just have the best catch rate instantly, one and done. Repeat balls for the Poke Radar, depending on what species you're going for, because the repeat ball has a higher catch rate than the Dusk Ball. Dusk Ball works in the underground, so if you are catching a new species of Pokemon, good to have a couple of those. And then also, if you're going for like the Poke Radar, you need to catch the Pokemon to have the best chance of preserving the chain, but some Pokemon, they already have a high catch rate, so False Swipe Great Ball will save you some money in the long run, especially because the odds of like getting a chain to 40 are just lower in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So like it's 5% to get it to 40. It's kind of ridiculous. Other than that, other resources and supplies to take on the Elite Four and the Gym Challenge. But if you're like winning those battles, hopefully you're coming out money positive. Like, oh, I used a max potion, but I had an Amulet Coin and maybe a revive or two, but I'm still profiting off of those trainers. Something to keep in mind. Always have a couple of escape ropes. Super Repels, also really good, depending on what you're doing inside the game. And that's pretty much going to be it. So it is a little, actually not even a little unfortunate, it's deeply unfortunate that there are no discounts for the vitamins like we saw with Pokemon, like we've seen in other games. You know, we have the buying power, O-Powers, or the Roto power thing going on. Then in Pokemon Sword and Shield with the Isle of Armor, just a vending machine that gives you half off vitamins. So like that would be a viable EV training method. But the way that is right now, it's kind of like a one-off thing if you have the money. Getting capped at the less than 1 million Pokédollars, also baffling oversight instead of just being able to grind for hours and hours and have more money than you'll ever need, and then maybe just like kind of pick things up that way. You just, if you have like 500k-ish, you get to EV train a Pokemon, and then you're poor, and then you gotta grind it again, and it just kind of pulls you out of the gameplay loop. So, weird stuff. Money, useful. You're going to need it, like especially if you run out of Pokeballs, or if you want to get, like you can also buy battle items. That way you can proceed through the Gym Challenge and Elite Four rematches better. But yeah, like, money doesn't seem like it does too much when you have it, and then you really are desperate for it when you run out. But when you run out, just run rematch trainers 4 times, and then you'll have enough for a good while. So that's what we got. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.